Trying to fit into one-size-fits-all solutions is so frustrating and lacking efficiency in any kind of change you want to make. My favorite thing about Weight is that I'm encouraged and supported to choose better habits for my health based on who I am and how I like to live. Food loggings keep me aware of my eating habits, and my coach Olivia helps me make better choices by using a psychology-based approach. I believe in the power of habits, gratitude habits, healthy eating habits. They give us the long-term results we're after, whether we want to lose weight or enjoy a happier life. Having an off day is okay. Being flexible, not stressful, is what Weight is about, and that's why I love them. And making progress each day is what we gratitude seekers are all about. So start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/gratitude. That's noom.com/gratitude. Right now, nature is inviting us to go outside, to hike, to run, to get in tune with it. It's, as you know, one of the best ways to connect with gratitude. I just love wearing the new tree flyers from Allbirds when going out. They're lightweight, super springy, and the premium natural materials help me better connect with the scenery. Long distances don't seem that long when you're wearing the right footwear, and spending time in nature is much more enjoyable thanks to my tree flyers. I just love wearing comfy, lightweight shoes with a low impact on the environment. The Forest Stewardship Council certified eucalyptus fiber upper keeps the air flowing naturally, while the external heel counter helps give a more balanced and stable ride, so that all you need to do is appreciate your surroundings and the fresh air you take in. Lace up your tree flyers and get running today at allbirds.com. That's ALLBRDS.com. So what are the 5 ideas I have found that Louise Hay shares about gratitude? Let's find out. Hi there, Gratitude Seeker, and welcome to a new episode based on the words of people you know that are big believers in the power of gratitude. In these kinds of episodes, you can hear words of wisdom from Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Brené Brown, Deepak Chopra, Jack Canfield, Jennifer Lopez, Maya Angelou, Denzel Washington, Eckhart Tolle, and now Louise Hay. The purpose of this kind of episode is to learn from the best, from those people that we admire and that inspire us, to explore their perspective on gratitude and see how we can implement it in our life as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for following the Gratitude Podcast. I really appreciate that. Louise Lynn Hay was an American motivational author and the founder of Hay House. She was born on October 8, 1926 and died on August 30th, 2017. She was the author of several self-help books, including the 1984 book You Can Heal Your Life, that by 2008 sold over 35 million copies worldwide and has been translated into over 30 languages, becoming the best-selling non-fiction book of all time. Thanks to this book, she is known as one of the best-selling authors in history and one of the biggest women authors in the world, among J.K. Rowling, Danielle Steele, and Barbara Cartland. You might already know her life story, but I believe it's really relevant for our episode today, for me to give you the whole perspective on who Louise Hay was and where she actually came from. Born Helen Vera Lani in Los Angeles to a poor mother who remarried Louise's violent stepfather, who physically abused her and her mother. At age 5, she was raped by a neighbor. At age 15, she dropped out of university high school in Los Angeles without a diploma, became pregnant, and on her 16th birthday, gave up her newborn baby girl for adoption. Then she moved to Chicago, where she worked in low-paying jobs. In 1950, she moved on again to New York. At this point, she changed her first name and began a career as a successful fashion model. In 1954, she married the English businessman Andrew Hay, and after 14 years of marriage, he left her for another woman. She was devastated, but she said that at about the same time, she found the first church of religious science on 48th Street, which taught her the transformative power of thought. This is where she studied the works of authors such as Florence Scovel Shinn, who believed that positive thinking could change people's material circumstances, and the religious science founder Ernest Holmes, who thought that positive thinking could heal the body. She described how in 1977 she was diagnosed with quote-unquote incurable cervical cancer, and how she came to the conclusion that by holding on to her resentment for her childhood abuse and rape, she contributed to its onset. She reported how she had refused conventional medical treatment and began a regime of forgiveness, coupled with therapy, nutrition, reflexology, and occasional colonic enemas. She claimed in the interview that she rid herself of the cancer by this method, but, while swearing to its truth, admitted that she had outlived every doctor who could confirm this story. Louise Hay died in her sleep on the morning of August 30th, 2017, at age 90. But she lives on through her amazing work, and her love is still felt in the hearts of many, including myself and possibly even you. I first read You Can Heal Your Life so many years ago, and it made so much sense. It was so practical and so easy to use and to understand. The book gives you the responsibility, which is the ability to respond, knowing that even if something outside of yourself happened to you, and you feel in a certain way and you've developed certain ailments, it's still within your power to change that. And forgiveness is an incredible power. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving our past, forgiving other people. And for me, it's no wonder that she was able to use these methods to live such a long and ultimately wonderful life. And as you could hear, it wasn't an easy life, a simple life. And as she says, we can choose to feel stuck and bitter, but we can also choose to create a life that we love. She is a great example of that, of aging gracefully and beautifully, and choosing love and gratitude instead of resentment and fear and apathy. So to start this beautiful episode, I'm going to share with you an amazing quote, an amazing affirmation that I believe comes from her strong belief in the power of gratitude. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. I now allow this gratitude to fill my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being. This gratitude radiates out from me in all directions, touching everything in my world, and returns to me as more to be grateful for. The more gratitude I feel, the more I am aware that the supply is endless. Let me read that to you again. I think it's wonderful. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. I now allow this gratitude to fill my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being. This gratitude radiates out from me in all directions, touching everything in my world, and returns to me as more to be grateful for. The more grateful I feel, the more I am aware that the supply is endless. Wow, this feels magical. I don't know about you, but I feel connected to something out of this world when I read this. I absolutely love this idea of an infinite well of gratitude. In the center of our being, we can find this well and we can go to it whenever we feel thirsty, and we can quench our thirst from this never-ending well of gratitude. Get fresh ingredients delivered from the farm to your doorstep in under a week, all without a trip to the grocery store or farmer's market. With HelloFresh, you can pick your favorites from 50 different weekly options and skip weeks when you need to, change your delivery date, or update your preferences easily. How amazing is that? We're so lucky to live such times. While we love eating out, the best food you can eat is the one you make at home. With HelloFresh, we can do that without the stress of buying everything we need from different places. It makes it easy to keep our healthy eating habits, plus they have a veggie option which is perfect for us. Go to hellofresh.com/gratitude16 and use code gratitude16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's hellofresh.com/gratitude16 and use the code gratitude16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Or visit the link in the description to get America's #1 meal kit delivered at your doorstep. This gratitude radiates out from me in all directions. I love the kind of picture she's painting with her words and how empowering this affirmation is. That not only there is enough gratitude for ourselves, but there's so much gratitude that we can radiate it throughout our life and we can share it with other people. Her perspective is absolutely magical. And like I said, one of the things that I love about Louise Hay and her work is that it's also very practical. Just listen to this bit.
Just being grateful for everything. I always say the universe loves gratitude. The more you're grateful for what the good is in your life, the more good you get to be grateful about. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if somebody gives you a present or gives me a present and I say, oh my God, I hate that color and it doesn't fit, and that person will never give me another present. Mm-hmm. But if you say, oh, it's wonderful and thank you, I really adore it, it's great, that person is probably going to want to buy you a present every time they see something they think you would like. And it's like that with the universe. The universe loves gratitude.
Even though I don't particularly agree with her example, I think it's still a wonderful idea that we can learn a lot from. In my opinion, it's important to appreciate the gesture, the fact that that person thought about you, even if the present itself isn't actually a good fit for you, and not the actual present if it's not what you actually wanted. It's not something that's right for you. But I may be getting a little bit too technical here. The main idea here is that when we appreciate the things that we have in our life, that were already given to us as a gift, it's much easier for God, for the universe, to send us more gifts, more things that we can be grateful for. But I also believe that it's important for us to be clear on what we want and to use the phrase this or something better. You never know, something even better than you thought might be on its way to you. And I actually have a perfect example for this. Recently, a microgrant that I applied for got approved. And I've been wishing for a drone for quite a while now to capture the beauty of nature and put together all kinds of creative works with it. And since I applied to this grant back in November, a new type of drone was launched that will make my life as a drone pilot much easier. So even though in my initial research I found a drone that was amazing and it had amazing reviews, I'm actually manifesting something even better that will allow me to capture the beauty of nature at a whole nother level. And I just can't wait to share this with you. You're gonna see them on Instagram at the Gratitude Podcast. But getting back to our topic, to the amazing work of Louise Hay, it's very interesting for me that I wasn't able to find much audio content specifically on gratitude, even though I know she's a big believer in the power of gratitude. So I found some very important and thought-provoking quotes that I want us to explore together. They each share one idea, one belief that Louise Hay had about gratitude that will surely inspire you as well. The more grateful you are, the more goodies you get. When I say goodies, I don't mean only material things. I mean all the people, places, and experiences that make life so wonderfully worth living. And this continues beautifully with another quote. Actually, it's an affirmation from Louise Hay. I live in a loving, abundant, harmonious universe, and I am grateful. And I wanted to combine these two because they both point to the same idea, the idea of abundance. And it's very interesting for me that this idea of abundance in relationship to gratitude has been a common theme among so many of the amazing thought leaders that we featured in these kinds of episodes. And as I said before, whenever people from different cultures, from different backgrounds, from different religious perspectives say the same thing, for me that just means that there is a really deep well of truth related to that. It's hard evidence that gratitude and abundance are intertwined. And if we want to experience more abundance, gratitude is the way. And one thing that I've learned recently, watching a movie that's related to Rome, our next travel destination, is that Italians, instead of saying cheers, they say Abundanza, which means abundance. And I'm totally going to copy this. I believe it's a great reminder that whenever you're with friends, with family, with people you love, and you're sharing a glass of wine or something else, you're actually sharing a moment of abundance. So feel free to copy this as well. I think it's a wonderful idea that we can learn from another culture and bring to our own life so that we will enjoy more gratitude and more abundance. And this leads us to the third idea, being grateful for the little things. And here's the quote from Louise Hay. I find that the more willing I am to be grateful for the small things in life, the bigger stuff seems to show up from unexpected sources, and I am constantly looking forward to each day with all the surprises that keep coming my way. So the main idea that I'm getting from this is that our gratitude practice, being appreciative of the small things, like a glass of wine with friends or family, the easier it will be for us to accept, to be open to the bigger things that make us feel even more grateful. And another idea that's related to this comes from this quote. That's the way life works. Gratitude and appreciation just bring more goodness. Remember, everything we give out comes back. Gratitude has all sorts of little surprising rewards. And life truly is a long, long line of small things, of small moments. And when we're able to appreciate these, we're going to have a much, much happier life. There are some big, important moments, but only waiting for them to be grateful is a waste, in my opinion. And this brings us to our final idea from Louise Hay, and I quote, My day begins with gratitude and joy. I look forward with enthusiasm to the adventures of the day, knowing that in my life all is good. Gratitude brings more to be grateful about. So today, I make the point of expressing gratitude for everything in my life. So this message for me, it's pretty simple. Start your day with gratitude. You can use the morning gratitude affirmations meditation. The first thing in the morning, it really changes the way you start your day. Or you can use any of the gratitude practices that feel good for you. The main point here is to start your day with a grateful heart and to be open throughout the day for the many blessings that will come. This has been Georgia Benta. Thank you so much for listening. And special thanks to B Music Studios from Canada for your wonderful review. Let me just read it really quick. So glad I found your podcast. Your calm and reassuring voice helps me take on the day with grace and self-awareness. Thank you so much. Thank you, B Music Studios, for your kind words and for taking the time to write this thoughtful review. I wish you all an amazing day. Don't forget to keep seeking and spreading gratitude.
My name is Anthony Capozzoli. I am the host of the Dismantled Life podcast, and I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict after nearly 40 years of addiction. I have been clean and sober for nearly 4 years and work hard to help others find recovery. Join me each episode to learn from my sober superhero guests and how they went from the darkness of addiction into the sunlight of recovery. Dismantled Life can be found on Digitent Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.